Welcome to the Instagram stories for Wednesday, January 31st. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Even though this show is called the Instagram stories and it is primarily Instagram focused, I want to give more attention to TikTok, especially when there's news to talk about. And today we finally have a bunch. So let's dive right in. The first news, which I think is really the most significant and indicates that perhaps the social media landscape isn't quite what I thought it was. TikTok is encouraging some creators to post videos in landscape format. Let's just step back for a second. TikTok really, in a lot of ways, pioneered the portrait format for video where it's full screen, immersive, and unlike YouTube where you rotate your phone sideways into what we call landscape. TikTok has always been portrait. YouTube has always been landscape. TikTok is now inviting some users to create landscape videos. There are some screenshots that have been shared from some users, and they say, post videos over 1 minute in landscape to get increased views. The number of boosted views may change based on many factors, such as video quality and follower count. Landscape videos, where the width is greater than the height and are over 1 minute in length, are the only ones eligible to receive increased views. The next screenshot explains more. How to create eligible videos. Videos should be longer than 1 minute. Videos should be in landscape. Videos consisting of lip syncing and random recording are less encouraged. Videos should follow our community guidelines, and so on. I will link to both the thread about this and the screenshots so you can see it for yourself. Now let's talk about why TikTok would potentially do this. We talked recently about how they're looking to expand into longer videos, with giving creators the ability to upload videos up to 30 minutes long. Having someone flip, though, from the portrait format of videos to rotating their phone to watch some landscape videos and then back to portrait to watch more videos sounds like a terrible viewing experience. However, if there was a landscape-only section of the app where you could watch a number of landscape videos at once, so you'd only have to rotate your phone once while you were looking at those, that makes more sense. Also, this does create more competition with YouTube. If someone is making a video for YouTube and it's performing well over there, and they can upload the same exact video to TikTok, why wouldn't you do that? I think that's also a huge area that they're looking at to compete with YouTube. In other TikTok news, it's being reported that TikTok is looking to open a new series of live stream studios in Los Angeles, where creators will be able to film content in a more professional environment, kind of like a WeWork, but for streamers. This comes from an article from The Information. Quote, TikTok is planning to open several locations in cities, including LA, where creators can live stream and sell products, according to 3 people familiar with the project. Each location could accommodate multiple studios and dozens of creators a day. End quote. I had envisioned in my head when I read that quote, something like a home shopping network stage, where there would be a film crew, the person would be on stage demonstrating some product, and people would be able to buy it while they're watching. However, that is not at all what it is, and I will include a link to a picture which actually shows small, tiny cubbies where people have small desks, they have ring lights set up and their camera, and there's quite a lot of these pods where people can just make their own live streaming videos to sell these products. Not at all what I envisioned, but it makes sense. You don't need that much space to have a studio. You just need your phone in order to film. As a reminder, that live shopping experience is something that's very popular in Asia, but not so popular here in the United States. And lastly, TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, has reportedly developed a new AI model that can replicate any person's voice with believable enough accuracy based on minimal input. The system is called Stream Voice, and it can use just a few sentences in order to replicate a person's voice in real time, enabling you to replicate virtually any person's speech. When I think about all the AI voices that have been in TikTok over the past couple of years, where you can type in some text and have the voiceover read by a different voice, this is an interesting element to potentially add in. Not sure how this will get used and what fraud opportunities it offers, but I will of course keep you posted. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some Threads news, so stick around. And we're back. Okay, let's get into some Threads news. Have you been wondering whether or not Threads is going to really catch on? I think about that sometimes. However, in the month of December, Threads has tripled its downloads month over month, and it was actually in the top 10 most downloaded apps for the month across the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. According to the app intelligence firm AppFigures, Threads saw 12 million new downloads in December 2023, earning it a number 4 spot in the top charts on Apple's App Store and 16 million downloads on Google Play, giving it the 8th spot. Why are those numbers so high? Well, you remember that Threads rolled out to the EU on December 14th, so I think that is in large part contributing to those download numbers. As a way of reminder though, Threads had a record-breaking launch, reaching 100 million registered users within the first 5 days. I think that tells you there is interest in the app. People do want to try it. Are they going to stick with it long term? I think that still remains the question. Okay, that is going to do it for today's episode. As always, thank you for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more social media news, social media strategy, or other things you need to know.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave. Without a break or a pit stop, still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.